Hi, Scott Lackman from 4510 TV. Joining me today on the program is George Theo, CEO of Unitywater. George, welcome.
Thank you, Scott.
We've caught George today to talk about a few things. Firstly, you've seen through 4510 TV this year for 2013, I've personally been involved in a domestic violence campaign raising awareness against domestic violence. George Theo has been good enough to pick up the baton and he's going to race with Australia's CEO Challenge in 2014. So pretty exciting, George?
Oh, absolutely, and I'm really keen to do whatever I can to lift the awareness amongst the community with respect to domestic violence and how to prevent it, more importantly.
Yeah, excellent. Now, George, part of that race next year, getting Unitywater behind such a cause, a great step forward for your business.
Yeah, it is, and we've been fortunate enough to have had a number of people come into our business this year and talk about domestic violence and the signs of it, and more importantly, what to do if they come across family or friends that may be subjected to domestic violence. So I know our workforce were very welcoming of the support that we've been able to give them in recognising domestic violence.
Yeah, brilliant. And when we talk about statistics of the domestic violence, what we've learnt this year from the campaign is now almost 1 in 2 women are affected in some way of violence in the family home. When you look at the workplace of Unitywater, how many employees do you employ?
Look, we employ about 850 staff, and just under half of that are women, and it'd be silly of me not to think that there are no women in my workplace that are not subjected to domestic violence. So anything we can do to support them through educational campaigns and support structures, we're really keen to pursue.
Yeah, brilliant. And I was leading on to that with almost 400 ladies employed through Unitywater. There unfortunately is going to be a statistic where they are affected by domestic violence. If you show as the CEO, the leading manager, that you're prepared to help and prepared to give some guidance, you don't have to be an expert yourself. I know you realise that, but we can certainly put some material in place that can help your employees if they are under that radar.
Yeah, look, absolutely, and that's what it's all about. It's all about just lifting the awareness levels. And I think it's really important. It's an incumbent on leaders in the community and in organisations to do whatever they can to do away with what is an epidemic. At the end of the day, I think I was reading recently where 1 in 2 women are either subjected to or know of someone that's been subjected to domestic violence. And it's not a statistic that we can be proud of. We need to do everything we can to eradicate domestic violence. Yeah,
and I'm certainly proud of you, George. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. I'm proud of you for putting your hand up and being a leader in our business community. Perhaps you might influence others in your industry through the water board.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I'm really keen to do is not only to lift domestic awareness of domestic violence in the workplace, but also write to my colleagues around the water industry around Australia, to the managing directors and CEOs across the country, and engage their businesses in this campaign. So if we can at least also impact a dozen other water businesses around the country, a couple of thousand extra people, and lift their awareness levels, and at the same time if we can also raise some funds for the CEOs Australia Challenge, that would be great. So I'm really looking not only to do a lot of work locally, but also try and lift awareness nationally as well.
Yeah, I think that's the key. If we can get this message nationally amongst various industries, your fellow CEOs around the nation, if they can also put their hand up and say no to domestic violence, I think we're on to a winner. Now, a quick one. CEO of Unitywater, a large organisation servicing the water needs of the Moreton Bay region as well as the Sunshine Coast.
That's right.
What's the day in the life of George Theo look like?
Oh yeah, well it starts nice and early and finishes quite late, and everything in between sometimes is planned, but a lot of the times it's unplanned. There's a lot of distractions that you've got to deal with on a daily basis. But look, we service 750,000 people. Wow. It's about 300,000 connections, and what people don't realise sometimes is we actually transport food, and that's water. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can go to your tap, turn it on and know that you get high quality food coming out of it that you can put into your mouth and you're not going to get sick of. Yeah. So the challenge of managing good quality water to your door, and then the flip side of that is the part of the business that probably people don't know that we also manage, and that is sewage. We collect 150 million litres of sewage a day,
right,
and we treat it. And that's a part of the business people don't know we do, but I also would like to lift the awareness levels amongst our customers that, we collect and treat sewage as well.
Yeah, I'd rather talk to you about clean water that we can drink rather than the other water that you deal with. But congratulations on your position. You're certainly a man that stood up to be counted in our community. I hope others follow in the Caboolture region. Perhaps we can influence our friends at the council to get on board next year. Where can we skip to? How about we talk about the community in general? Are there any other projects that Unitywater has embraced to support our local community?
Look, we've also Unitywater is very keen to show its philanthropic arm, if I could put it that way. So we're working with the Nambour Refuge Centre up on the north coast through the Lions Emergency Accommodation Centre, and again that is to support children and women who are subjected to domestic violence. We do a lot of work with them. We're also doing a lot of work not only with our internal staff but also with all our external suppliers around coming to work in a safe manner and going home safely. And we're also expanding that in regards to overall well-being. So while organisations have historically focused on the physical health, yes, we're also starting to focus on mental well-being, and giving people information and tools to be able to manage their lives in what is becoming an increasingly more complex life with a lot of distractions and a lot of pressures. So we're very keen to make sure we do everything in our organisation to have people that are well balanced, have got information at their hand around safety and also around wellbeing.
Yeah, excellent. George, Theo, ladies and gentlemen, CEO of Unitywater, thanks for your time today, George.
Scott.
And we look forward to following your 2004 campaign against domestic violence, and congratulations once again.
Well, thank you, and I look forward to calling you over the course of the next 12 months and asking for some tips.
I'll definitely help you, mate. Thank you.